When my sister died, that was the problem that started. It was so horrible. We didn't know. Secrets started to come out, and it just get worse from there. Going through financial difficulties here in England, it wasn't good for me either. It was horrible. My love life was a mess. It used to be arguments all the time, arguments. It was horrible until we eventually even split. I was living in a different home, he was living in a different one. We never used to see each other. When we do see each other like once a week, it would be an argument. The next week it would start again. And life was just a mystery. After my sister died, I came back and I wanted to go to a church. So I just went to the church Sunday. I was even early. The turning point for me was to make that changes that I want to see. I wanted to have a happy family, a happy home. I want my financial life to be where I want it to be. I want to do things that would turn things around for me and my family. So it started off with my family, really. I started praying for them, doing things that should help them, making purposes that will help them, knowing that it will help them. With my financial life, I step out, I start doing things. At that moment, I was brave to step out and to do the things that I'll do, because at the end of the day, I even have 2 children I was sending to uni and high school at the same time, and I have to be the one who's financing that. So it was difficult for me, but I step out and make that changes. Now, my love life is getting better and better. Today, we are planning our wedding. We're getting married soon. Next year, we're getting married. And we are happy because we are making the changes that I should make. I turned my life around, and so can you.
It's Thursday night, it's 3 minutes past 11, and we're live here on Finding Answers. Welcome everyone, and tonight's topic, we'll be talking about hard times. What happens when you fall on hard times? And not talking about finances necessarily, but hard times in general. What do you do when things get so tough, when problems come unexpectedly to you? What do you do about it? You know, there are people who will ask a lot of questions. Why has this happened to me? Others will ask, or even blame God. And there are others who will accept the problems as such. They will say, okay, it's happened, but how can I change this situation around? Take a look at this quick video now, because we're going to explain more about it. And when we come back, we'll be speaking to Victoria. Have a look at this.
When going through tough times, it's easy to sit around wondering, why didn't I? Why did I? And even, why me? But in order to cope with hard times and to move forward, more positive, future-orientated questions should be asked, such as, how can I learn from this? And how am I a better person from this? We are taught from an early age that all pain is evil and harmful. Maybe you're having financial difficulties, an ill family member, having experienced a death in the family, or you've lost your job. These hard times can be extremely painful, psychologically and physically. Yet, the wisest, most loving and well-rounded people you've ever met are likely to be those who've known misery. They've known defeat, they've known heartbreak, or have lost something or someone that they love. And they've found their way out of the depth of their own despair. People do experience ups and downs, But from these we gain appreciation, sensitivity and an understanding of life that brings wisdom and compassion. Remember that it is okay to have down days and tough times, but try not to let the negativity make you hopeless or bitter. Try to encourage yourself to have a positive mindset, despite what the world throws at you. Acknowledge your situation and see if you can directly address it. The more you run away from your fear, the worse it appears to you. Try to avoid expecting things to end negatively. There is always something to be thankful for. Being positive in a negative situation is a sign of leadership and strength. Remember that you are not alone during your hard times. If you are going through hard times and maybe you see no way out, you can talk to one of our advisors. Just call Finding Answers on 020 7686 6300 or send us an email at help@findinganswers.tv. Alternatively, if you would like to talk to us via social media, then send us a tweet. Just start your tweet with @FindAnswersTV or search for Finding Answers on Facebook.
So, Victoria's done it all. We don't need to read out the contact details because she's done it already. Good evening, Victoria.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
So, falling on hard times. You've mentioned how people would deal with falling on hard times, right? But sometimes it's not as easy as that. There are people that, obviously they're individuals. You know, some people react in a certain way to the same situation than others. So, you know, falling on hard times, what do you think people should do or can do about it?
Well, it depends really what kind of hard times you're talking about. When we do mention hard times, most people tend to think about money problems or job losses, and these can affect people in many different ways, like you said. But it can take its toll, for example, on people's relationships. So it really does depend on which aspect of your life is suffering. But sometimes people just have no idea what to do at all, and other times people have people around them, they can get practical help, or sometimes people are just at a total loss and have no idea what to do.
You know, coming from a psychology background, normally it's to do with positive thinking, right? Assessing the situation and actually doing something, maybe affirming certain words, positive words, and going about it. But also, which I agree with, I think that's a good thing, but I also believe that there is room for prayer, for the spiritual side of things. So with the two together, I think definitely you will find a solution to your problems. Yes, there is the prayer, there is the spiritual side of things, but then prayer alone will not do. You need to do the practicality. You need to do the literal things, the physical things to change your life around. So we mentioned a few problems, like you've fallen on hard times, finances. Maybe you've received bad news about a career. You know, your career is not going the way you want it to. You've lost your job, for example, and now you're finding it hard to get another job. Maybe you're down, you feel depressed, you feel angry, right? Things are falling around you. Things are crumbling around you, and maybe you don't know what to do. Well, as we said in the video, there is help. You know, think of this program as a first point of call. And normally people are down at this time of the night. During the day, maybe you're busy with things. It's daytime, it's light, you're out at work, you're out with colleagues. But it's at this time of the night when you're maybe alone. Maybe you're sitting down, flicking channels, and you watch a program, you choose to watch something, and it reminds you of your problems. When your mind is empty and you're trying to kind of, settle down and get ready for the next day. But it's in this moment where maybe you feel at your worst. You feel bad. Well, if you're watching this program now, if you just stopped at this channel, then I have news for you. There is hope. So our lines are open. If you'd like to give us a call, we have a team of advisors waiting for you to answer any questions. If you want some advice, whether that be practical advice or spiritual advice, and even if you'd like a prayer, we are available. We are called Finding Answers, and that's what we do. We help you to find answers. So my guest tonight is a young woman who made a decision to move country, actually to move to the UK. Now you would think that moving abroad to a new country to start a better life, improve your prospects, you would think that that's a challenge and things will be new for her. But in actual fact, she did fall on hard times, and she's going to be telling us more about that after the break, okay? You're going to hear her story of what she went through, and maybe you are going through the same thing. Maybe you haven't moved over to the UK and you're facing difficulties here. Maybe you were born and you grew up in the UK. However, you're facing hard times that maybe a majority of people go through, and they find a way out. It's difficult, but they find a way out. But maybe you are stuck. You are still down. You're letting this problem get to you. You are asking why. Why did this happen to me? If you believe in God, maybe you're asking God. You've been asking God for many years and you haven't got the answer yet. Well, stay tuned, because we're going to help you to find the answer, the solution to your problems. All right? We're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, you're going to meet our guest for this evening who'll be sharing her story with you. We'll see you after this.
Uplifting.
Diverse.
Vibrant. Dynamic.
Powerful. Youthful. Informative.
Energizing.
Passionate.
Motivational. Freedom.
Lively.
Excitement.
Hi, welcome back to Finding Answers. Tonight's topic, we're talking about hard times, and not just falling on hard times financially, but in any problem that you may be going through right now and you don't know what to do. I repeat again, the lines are open. If you'd like to give us a call, the number is 0207 686 6300. You can also send in your emails to help@findinganswers.tv. Now, let's go and meet our guest tonight. Her name is Vania Ferreira.
It's pushing me for the rest of the week, so it's like a boost.
Things were really tight.
Today, the way I see myself is completely different.
Welcome, Vania, to the program. Now, you have a story to tell, right?
Yes, Pastor.
Now, there are many little things there that you need to talk about, but tell us, how did you fall on hard times? What were the problems you went through?
Firstly,
I think it started with my inner, my interior. I felt very lonely, emptiness, and I could explain why. And
why did you feel lonely? Why did you feel this sadness?
You know,
or
I
this
had
emptiness inside?
everything: good family, friends. I was going to school, but it was like something was lacking, and I didn't know what was that.
How old were you at the time when this all started off?
14, 15. About
14
that.
or 15?
Yes.
Now, 14 or 15, you were feeling lonely.
Yes.
You were feeling sad.
Yeah.
Okay. So why?
Very empty. You know, very low steam.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Now, why was that? Why did you feel this way?
Well, everything started really when I came here.
Right.
Okay.
So you're from what country?
Angola.
From Angola.
Yes.
So you moved over from Angola to live in the UK.
Yes, correct.
And how old were you at that time?
I was 12, 13 when I came here.
So what was the plan? Did you move over with family?
With family, yes. You have to. I was a teen, and so I had to follow my parents. They decided to come here to find a better life,
Yes.
you know, a job and etc. So for me, it was a good thing because it would be a new change as well. I would hear back home that England's a good country. It's better than back home.
Yeah.
The lifestyle is different. So I was quite happy to come here as well.
So, you know, moving abroad to the UK,
yeah.
you would think it's a new country, okay, I've got to learn the language,
Yeah.
but it's a new beginning, I'm looking forward to it. Did you have that expectation?
Yes, I was. I was very happy. At first, my first months here was very cool because I didn't go to school straight away as soon as I came here because there were no spaces in school. So it was just mainly doing shopping and getting to know tourist attractions, you know, places and everything. But when I started to go to school, this is where everything started, the hard time started.
Yeah.
So in school, first of all was the language barrier. Obviously I couldn't speak English and I thought it would be easier for me. But I didn't feel accepted in school because...
There was no one else that spoke Portuguese in your class or in the school?
Particularly in my class.
Yeah.
There was in school, but no in my class.
So basically you couldn't bond with anyone?
Yeah, I couldn't really, you know,
Yeah.
be fitted in a group and feel welcome there or feel like, fit here. You know, this is where I belong. So in school, because I couldn't speak the language, so I used to get bullied because of that.
Really?
Yes.
What did you know, kids, they can say really hurtful
Yeah, they
words,
can say,
right?
you know, the first things you learn when you learn a language is the bad words.
Right.
So clearly I could tell that they were bullying me, you know,
Though you didn't
verbally.
understand what they were saying?
Even though I couldn't understand where they were saying.
What kind of names were they calling you?
Very ugly names. It's better not to repeat here,
Right.
but very ugly names. And there was actually a time this boy, he threw a chair at me. This is how bad it was. And I used to get then into fights because of that. There was one, the last fight I had, I remember, I did a big mark here in the girl and in her face as well, and I got excluded from...
Her,
yes, I got excluded from the school and
So instead of
everything.
fitting in, you were isolated.
Yeah.
You felt alone. People
Yeah.
were attacking you, basically physically.
Yes.
Calling you names, etc.
Yes.
So it made you feel worse.
It made me feel worse, like you said, isolated. So from there, I then start to shut myself down, definitely. So I would just prefer to stay at home, you know, not having friends because it was
So did
school,
you actually stay at home?
School. Most of the times, yes.
What, pretending you were ill or something like that?
No, it's because, you know, I didn't have any friends, so there was no need for me to.
Oh, so
to
yeah,
be
you said from home, school.
School,
home, school.
not much
Okay.
to do. You know, I could go out with family. I have family here.
Yeah.
I could meet up with them, get together. But the friend side, the friendships were totally different. There was nothing there at all.
Now, moving from Angola, you didn't have this feeling in Angola.
No.
But over here, of course, because of the bullying,
Yeah.
and being isolated. What else did you feel anything else?
Yes, of course. Then out of the blue, then I started comparing myself
To who?
to the girls here as well. The same girl, girls the same age as me, I started comparing myself, you know, because I felt very small, my height,
Literally,
you know,
small.
very petite. I don't know what they eat here, but I felt like they were like women already, women, proper women.
Right.
And I felt myself, I'm just a little girl, I'm just,
Maybe
who am I?
physically you weren't mature, whereas other girls, English girls, maybe they are.
yeah.
I don't know if the preservatives that they put in the food over here or
I don't
something like that. But
I don't know, so I used to feel like that, and I used to say, oh, I used to look at myself in the mirror many times, and I used to say, oh, look how ugly you are, you know, you're so petite, even the clothes that you buy, they don't really fit you properly.
so
you know.
you looked at yourself, I'm small, petite,
Yes.
right? I'm not,
Ugly.
I haven't matured maybe, you know, girls are a lot bigger
Yeah.
in certain places and you were not. And you felt
Left out completely.
out.
Yes.
Right. And did any girls kind of say that to you? Did they kind of pick on you because of your size and your shape or whatever it was?
I thank God no one ever told me that. I think it's just
Is it
something
in
that
your mind?
I created myself. No one never imposed that to me and said, oh, you are this, you are like this. But it's something that I created in my own mind.
So what did that lead you to do?
To close myself even more.
Right.
I normally am not a very talkative person. I'm very quiet. But this it made even worse. You know, I just wanted to definitely make my own words, stay there in my house, in my room, look myself in the mirror, making me feel, you know, even down and down and down, drawing myself instead of lift me up.
How did that affect your confidence? How did it affect you in other areas of your life?
A very shy person, very shy at school, very, you know, low esteem, definitely not confident at all. I remember when I started college, I had the opportunity to then start to work. And in this place I was working, it was very good because they give opportunity to people that are really developing. And I was developing. And I remember they wanted to give me position as a supervisor, but because of my self-esteem, very low, not confident, I didn't accept.
You didn't accept the job?
No, for me it was like, I'm not able to, you know, there's someone there more worth than me to do it, more capable than me. So that's how bad it was.
I just want to stop you there because it's interesting what she was saying. She even didn't accept the job because of a root problem that maybe at the time she didn't realize. So coming over to the UK, expecting to, you know, start a fresh life, you know, improve in all areas of her life and her family, things got a lot worse. And, you know, from not having this complex in her mind about her size or her shape, all of a sudden, after being picked on, seeing girls around her differently. So something that was normal for you, now you considered yourself as a problem. You didn't like yourself now in the mirror, whereas for the first, 13, 14 years of your life, there wasn't a problem with it.
Yes, definitely.
So you see how our minds can work, how we can be placed in a situation and maybe out of our control, like in Vania's case. But now, because of a problem, things that have happened around us, we kind of make ourselves fall in hard times. We can create our own problems. Now, Vania, if you didn't think that way, if you didn't look at yourself that way, how do you think your life would have turned out? How do you think things would have been for you?
It would be totally different, because I remember back in school when I used to get bullied, I used to speak with my parents and they used to say, oh yeah, you have to ignore them. Try to be more friendly, you know, try to be there for people. Try to enter more in the groups, you know. But I didn't see in that point.
So your mum was encouraging you too?
Yeah, they were encouraging me.
So did your family, did they see how you used to be? Or did you hide it very well?
No, I hide it very well.
Yeah.
I think I was a little actress there. I hide it. They never thought I was going through all this in my life. They knew what I was going in school, the bullying and everything, because I used to tell them and I used to tell the teachers, but the rest they never knew.
Now, was there any other problems that you experienced outside of school? I mean, you left school, looking for work, anything like that. Did it still continue?
Yes.
How did it affect other areas of your life?
My relationship,
Can you tell us
my
about
love
that?
life.
What happened there?
I was then in a relationship for 2 years, and I really liked the person. I really trusted that person, and then.
So you see, look, you put yourself down, saying that you're petite.
Yes.
You're like a girl in your figure, whatever it was. Maybe you thought no one's going to like you, but you actually found someone.
Times.
You met someone.
Yeah, finally happy.
So you thought, I'm happy.
All those thoughts, then it seemed like they went away for a few years, for these 2 years that I was with this person. Until the moment that I found out that he betrayed me with someone that I knew.
Right.
Yes. So it got even worse because I said, definitely, I'm not worth. If he was everything to me, I trusted him, but then he did this to me. So definitely there's something with me. There's something wrong with me.
So when everything, how long were you dating for?
For 2 years.
2 years. So when everything was, in that relationship was going well, the thoughts disappeared.
Everything disappeared. I was beautiful. Everything was gone.
Your height wasn't a problem.
Nothing was a
like
problem.
That. Now, he betrayed you, he left you, or you left him, and now everything came back again.
Came back again, even worse.
Even what you felt even worse.
Yes.
So tell us, what were the thoughts you're going through?
Constantly, I would just ask, why is this happening to me?
Right.
What is my purpose here? If it's to live like this, why am
What,
here?
in the UK, or your purpose in living?
In living.
It got that bad.
Why did God make me to be like this? To suffer so much? I'm so young, but I'm just going through all this.
You started blaming God.
Yes.
For it. Because that boyfriend.
Ask God why.
Because that boyfriend cheated on you.
Yes.
Right. So, you see how many people, a lot, blame someone who is innocent. God didn't tell this young guy to go ahead and cheat on her. But because of what he did, his one action, Vania started blaming God for it. And maybe that's what you're doing. You are asking whys. Why is this happening to me? Why am I suffering? I was born to suffer. Maybe you're thinking that way because your life has been bad luck since the day you were born. Maybe you feel as though good luck, you never find any stroke of luck. And you're blaming people, you're blaming your family, the family that you're born into, you're blaming friends, you're blaming, colleagues around you for things going wrong in your workplace. You're blaming the government, you're blaming, the immigrants in this country, you're blaming, everyone, even God. You've pointed a finger at him and blamed him for your existence. Now, that's not fair on any one of those people, is it? Because it's not really their fault. It's the situation that you found yourself in, the problem that you have faced that has maybe knocked on your door or forced its way into your life. That is the problem that you need to address and not blame others. So as we said in the beginning, maybe you're asking the wrong questions. Instead of asking why, maybe you need to ask, okay, this has happened to me, but what can I do to change the situation? What can I do to come out of this problem? And I'll explain more about the asking whys in a moment. So you were asking whys, but you were not asking, what can I do to change the situation?
Exactly. And I remember even when this happened, in my relationship. I was doing my second year at uni, going to my last year, and I completely did very bad in my studies, to the point that I got a really bad grades afterwards, because it just affected me so much. I lost even so much weight. I was already petite.
Yes.
I lost so much weight again. I used to wear 2 trousers for my parents not to notice,
to make
me look bigger. So what happened in my relationship really hated me a lot.
Did you ever try to, or did you contemplate, I don't know, ending your life, running away from home? Did you think anything like that, as drastic as that?
Running away from home, yes. And I never had the thought of committing suicide. Right. Because I always had in my mind that this is something wrong to do and everything.
Yeah. But running away from home?
Many times, yeah, running away.
Running away to go where?
I don't know, be in a place just me, no problems, nothing there, you know, no one to... No, there's not going to be no one there to blame you or for you to compare yourself with. Just you, and that's it.
Did you think of ever going back to Angola?
Many times.
You did?
I feel homesick.
Yeah.
Many times.
Okay. Well, look, after the break, we're going to hear how you turned your life around, right? Yes. Because today you are happy, you're moving on in life, right? So, if you want, during the break, if you want to give us a call, if you can identify Vania's story, maybe you're asking whys instead of hows, then give us a call. If you want to speak live on air, you can do so as well. All right? We'll see you after this break.
This one's for the ladies out there. If you would like a brighter and more successful future, or if you need to overcome a past of grief and pain and receive guidance, we have an amazing meeting coming up on the 25th of November at 7 p.m. Often it takes a woman to understand another woman because there are things that only we go through. So as well as the meeting, female advisors will also be available to talk to you privately, who themselves have been through struggles in life and came out on top. We're willing to help you achieve the life that you've been longing for. Join us at 234 Kilburn High Road, London NW6 on Tuesday the 25th of November at 7 p.m. For more information, visit uckg.org/Rahab or call 020 7686 6000. I'll see you there.
And welcome back to Finding Answers. Tonight our topic is hard times. So as usual, we've been out and about asking the general public, how would you say that people can overcome hard times?
Definitely depression is probably number one.
They're arguing and they're talking negatively about each other.
What is more valuable than another? And so
you can have as many friends and families as you want. It just depends.
Is a common regret, like, oh, like I should have like asked that person out, or like.
When going through tough times, you can sit and think, why me? Why didn't I? But sometimes a more positive question can be posed. That's why I'm on the streets of London asking the public, how can you overcome hard times? Let's see what they say. How would you say people can overcome hard times? Like maybe in your personal experience, how would you say people can overcome hard times?
By looking for support in the people around them who love them and don't care whether they have the latest clothes or not.
Yeah, I think actually asking people around them for help and like opening, and not so like a lot of people just they stay close and like keep everything and try to like give this picture of I'm happy and everything is cool and awesome and like my Facebook picture is great, but it actually like they're sitting at home and they're quite sad, but no one knows it.
For some people it's harder than for others, and they just need to seek help wherever, I think. And there are places that can help people if they can't do it on their own, they feel like they can't do it on their own.
Yeah, I mean, like, relationship is a relationship, you know, between two person or, you know, with one family, you know. So if you have mother or father, you know, they must help, you know, the problem with your family, you know, not like if you are in a relationship, so you have to understand each other, you know, the woman that you love or, you know, the man that you love, you know.
So we're going to go back to Vania's story, but before we do that, if you can identify with anything that she said tonight, or something totally different, you're finding it hard to cope with a particular problem that you're going through, then we are here to help you, okay? Just want to remind you that the phone lines are open, we are live, and there is someone at the other end of the line who'll be able to offer you some advice, some positive words, even prayer. And at the end of the program, we're going to be praying for you who would like to leave your names with the advisors at the other end of the line who will be able to bring their names to us for us to mention you in the prayer. Okay, so that number once again is 0207 686 6300. So, Vania, you found an answer, a way out from feeling this way, right? Because your problems were, okay, those external, I mean, moving abroad, another country, being bullied and everything else that you mentioned at the beginning of the program. But inside, it affected you.
Problems, yes.
So you had to deal with the root of your problems, the internal issues inside, right?
Yes.
So how did the change come about?
The change came when my mom invited me to go to her church, the church she attends, where I am attending at the moment as well.
Okay.
So from there, I got help from there.
Did your mom know what you were going through? Is that why she invited you?
She did know. She didn't know what I was going through. But since I started to see the change in her and everything, and one day she made the invitation, I said, yes, let me go. And
let's go back. Sorry to cut you. Did you try to look for help in I don't know, doctors or, you know, talking to people, the family?
I never.
You never, just kept it inside?
Just kept everything inside, everything inside.
Did you open up to your mum?
I never had this courage as well to open up to her.
So it was just an invitation to go to her church?
Yes.
And you decided to go?
And I decided to go. At first, when I got there, it was like, okay, they help, but I thought I didn't have any problem because the message was very strong. But then to me, it didn't touch me at first. So I went back home, I remember, and she asked me how was it. I said, yeah, it was okay. For me, it convinced me, but because maybe I was afraid to really open up and to go and seek for help. And then she invited me back, I went, and from there, I then started to open up.
So what was the message that you heard that really struck a chord for you?
The message always is that there is a way out. There is never a problem that starts and never ends. There's always an end to a problem. That is really, you know, that
which you
boosted me.
You thought, you know what, there's no way out of my problem.
Yes.
I can't change
it's
my
normal,
height.
I can't be like this. People live like this, so I can't live it like this as well and die with it. So yes, I had hope, but I didn't know what to do.
Was your plan ever to go back to Angola?
I wanted to go back. I always say that.
On.
Yeah, I want to go.
Your plan was to. Did you think if I go back, my problems would end?
Would end.
That was the only way out?
Yes.
So you came along to the church, you heard the messages, there is a solution.
There is a solution.
What did you hear and what did you start doing to see this change?
Yeah, there's a lot of teaching, there's a lot of advices that we get from the church, from the advices. And there is 3 words that really stays with me all the time.
Yeah.
That we need to revolt be revolted. In every situation you go through, you need to revolt. You need to act, you know, you have to have attitude to go on, really act upon that problem, and perseverance.
Right.
These three words they always stay with me. In whichever problem I have, I always apply these three words.
Yeah.
So
let's mention those three words. First one you said was revolt. Now, what's revolt? I know revolt means being sickened. You know, you feel sick about something. You feel revolted, right? But you can also apply that word revolt to your problem. Some people are angry, upset about a problem, but then they don't do anything about their problem. So you have to feel sickened by the fact that this problem has come to you or exists, and it's like injustice in your life. Now she said, one word, the word that I heard first was, there is a solution, there is a way out. Now that problem is not going to disappear like that unless you become revolted, sickened, angry at the fact that that problem is there and it wants to kind of set up camp and be with you for the rest of your life, unless you do something about it. So revolt means, you know, being angry that that situation has come to you and wants to remain with you, right? So first word was revolted.
Yes, and then
second word was attitude.
To take
actions.
Yes.
So to take action. So what was the actions that you took regarding your problems? Because first of all, you said you believe now there's a way out.
Yes.
But the way out isn't going to come knocking on your door.
Like this, yes.
So what did you do?
When I heard I can be a different person, I can really solve the problem I was going through, I said yes, then that's it, let's do it. So then it was through doing a purpose of faith in the church. You know, you have to engage yourself, put the message, apply the message into your life, you know, practice.
What were the practical things? Because people out there now watching you, they want to know, what practical things did you do? So what did you do?
Yes. So to start with, the relationship was the side that really affected me a lot. So to start with, I had to forgive myself, you know, and accept myself the way I am.
You have to accept that you are 4 foot nothing, whatever your height is, right?
Yes.
You have to accept the fact that you are small.
Small,
and
yes.
you can't change your appearance.
Exactly.
What else did you have?
So I had to really look at me and say, you know, this is the way I am. There's nothing I can do about it. God made me this way, so I'm gonna love the way I am, and that's it.
Right.
So I had to do that. And then I had to fight as well to have that peace, to conquer the inner peace as well. That was I was lacking. So yes.
I can see a change in you because I mentioned 4 foot nothing, and if maybe someone said that to you before, you would have scratched them. Maybe I would have scratched my face if you didn't change, right? So
exactly.
You started what? Loving yourself.
Yes.
Accepting yourself for who you are. And sometimes that's difficult for a lot of people to accept that the way they are. This is how I'm made. I can't do anything about it, right?
Yes.
So I've just got to accept myself and move on.
Yes.
And that's what you did.
And I had to let it go of the past as well, you know, not thinking about the relationship, because I used to think constantly, why he did. But
why he cheated on me.
Yes,
right.
why me, why? Because I thought this will never happen to me, but it happened. So I had to really forgive, to let it go of the past and say, you know, I'm going to start a new relationship. You know, I know I'm going to find someone better. So
do you know what you're doing? You were taking control of your life. You weren't allowing the problems to dictate how you lived.
Yes.
You started taking control of your life.
Yes.
Instead of asking the whys, it's how. What can I do now to change my situation or this situation?
Yeah.
So can you see the difference? The difference, maybe you're blaming others, asking why this happened, but the question you should be asking, and actually you should ask why. There's certain situations you need to ask why in order to get to the hows, in order to find out how I can change this situation. And so that's what you did, right? So And the third word, you acted, and the third word was perseverance.
Yes, perseverance.
You started and you continued.
Continue.
So it wasn't something that you do once and then that was it.
No.
Because I'm sure there were probably times when the thoughts would come to you again.
Yes.
But
many
you had
times.
to reject them. You had to say, you know what? I do love myself. You know, someone's out there that's good for me. You had to affirm those things to you,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
And you had to persevere.
Yes.
So was that an easy thing for you to do?
No, it's not. It's not easy. When you want to conquer something in life and you want to achieve, you will find obstacles. Of course, it's nothing. It's easy. You don't get just like this, just like that. So it's never easy.
How is Vania today?
Oh, happy, inner peace, confident. I love myself, like I mentioned already. I accept the way I am. I don't compare myself anymore to people the same age as me. And I understand that, you know, I'm precious in God's eyes. I'm beautiful in God's eyes.
That's it. And you're beautiful in your own eyes, right? You have to see yourself beautiful, don't you?
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So, Vania, thank you for joining us on the program to share your story.
It was a pleasure.
So, listen, if you want to be like Vania and you're finding it difficult, you don't know what to do, you're finding it hard to get out of these hard times, well, I have good news for you. There is a way out. And I reaffirm what that minister, that pastor said in that meeting that Vania first went to. There is a solution. There is an answer to any kind of problem that you are going through. And I'm going to go for a break now. When we come back, we'll be saying a prayer for you that have fallen on hard times. You feel as though I can't change my situation, right? God will be an evil God if this problem came to you and then there was no way out. There is a way out. And maybe you're finding it hard to find the solution. It's not going to come to you like that. But I'm sure that through the prayer, we can at least open a door for you to walk through to find an opportunity to find the answer. All right? Let's go for a break. And when we come back, we'll be going for the prayer.
Hi, the Chrissy B Show airs live on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, coming to your homes with entertainment, life issues as well as hard-hitting topics, coupled with friendly and practical advice. I love to look at the happier side of life and believe a person can achieve amazing things when they put their mind to it. The Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life.
If God can hold all the waters of the ocean in the palm of His hands, imagine the problem of the person.
You can't say that your problem is bigger than these waters, than the ocean.
No matter how big a building is, a monument is, from where we're standing, it looks tiny.
What God wants to do is to raise you up. As you can see, the sun is setting behind us. And maybe in the same way, your life is going down. Maybe in the same way, happiness is going down.
Even if the sun goes down now, tomorrow, it's guaranteed that whether you see the clouds or something's blocking the sun, but the sun will be there.
As a man, I understand the struggles men like me go through. They need to be strong always and not to show any weakness, even though it's there. To be a leader to our family, to our wife and kids, when we really wish someone else would show us the way. To choose what is right in a world of wrongs. To admit to our mistakes when our egos don't want us to be exposed. To learn to be a man when we're still only a boy inside. Being a man is not easy. But hard is also a part of being a man. We don't like anything easy. We want challenges. We want to prove that we can do it, that we are bigger than the problems staring us in the face. That's why we go to the moon, we climb the Everest, we sail around the world, and build fast cars. We like the feeling of accomplishment. And please don't ever tell us it can't be done. We will die trying. Being a man is not easy, but we wouldn't have it any other way. And yet, the true conquest of a man is not measured by his money, power, or fame. His greatest achievement is to overcome himself.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Now we're just coming to the end of our show called Hard Times, and just before the prayer, here's a short video called Never Give Up.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide.
We can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure.
Prepare now for the moment of prayer. If you would like a prayer concerning your financial life, send your name and prayer request to prayer@findinganswers.tv.
Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, I pray for all the viewers now who have found themselves facing a hard time in their health, hard times in their family, in a relationship, with finances, their career, a hard time that maybe this person doesn't find, they can't see even a way out of this problem. My God, as I mentioned, you be an evil God. If this problem turned up on this person's doorstep and then you wouldn't provide a solution for them, and maybe this person hasn't found an answer yet, they've tried desperately to find an answer, and maybe in finding an answer, they've become down, depressed, lonely, sad, like Vania. Maybe this person has gone to the point of nearly or even thinking of taking their own life. I pray, my God, that you will help this person to get back on their feet, not to be down, not to be depressed, not to give up on their lives, but to stand up and to search for that problem, that answer again. Search for an answer, because now, during this prayer, maybe after this prayer, maybe tomorrow, in a few days' time, because of this prayer, this person will find a solution. They'll find a gap, a door open for them to enter and to find that solution. So my God, I pray that this person will stop asking why, beating themselves up of things that they can't change anymore, but instead ask how, or what can I do so that this problem will never come back to me. Give them the ability, my God, the wisdom, give them the understanding to think in this positive way now. Father, I bless this glass of water, and may it be an instrument now that will take away, will cleanse their mind of all negative thoughts, all accusations from whatever's been putting them down, and give them clarity of mind. Help them to see the bigger picture, my God, and not just this problem that they've been facing for a long time. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I bless this water. Drink it now and be cleansed, be renewed in Jesus' name. Okay, so you see, Vania here, her life has completely changed. She's a lot happier. She's moving forward in her life. And I'm sure that after this prayer, the same thing will happen to you. Maybe you're not like her now, but the word that you heard tonight, even the prayer, has helped, okay? And mark my words, continue looking at Finding Answers. Tune in every evening, because you're going to hear more inspiring stories to help you, okay? And I believe if you join with these prayers at the end of the program, you are going to see a difference, all right? Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you again on tomorrow's program. Bye-bye.